Hey guys, we're gonna start 2022, and this one is 2022 October. Yes, we're gonna do this first, and then we're gonna do the other two. Okay, first question. We're gonna start with section A, the MCQ questions. Question one, fully simplify. That means make it as simple as possible. Let's see here. We have 6p minus 3q plus 3p plus 6q. So we're gonna choose the like terms اللي زي بعضهم. تمام. هذه أول step إن نختار اللي زي بعضهم نشتغل من بعضهم. عندي هذه 6p and 4p. 6p and 4p. When you do them together معناها 6p plus 4p هتقعد 10p. So the first one is 10p. تمام. And then here, okay. And then the next one, okay. We have minus 3q plus 9q. When you add them together, it's going to be plus 6q. So plus 6q.
For the first one.
Yes, but plus 6q. So it's the first one here. Fine. Good job. So when you simplify, focus on using or on working on the like terms اللي زي بعضهم اشتغلوا مع بعضهم يطلع لك الانسر correctly. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Question 2. How many lines of symmetry does this shape have? How many lines of symmetry does this shape have? Yes. How do we know the lines of symmetry? What is the meaning of line of symmetry? A line of symmetry is a line that divides the shape into two identical shapes. Two identical shapes. يعني كأنك تحط mirrors. Where do you put the mirror? That's the idea. It's going to be identical. But lines of symmetry, we have one here, تمام, another one, and there's another one which is like this. ليش إن line of symmetry؟ لأن اللي فوق لما تطبقه يجي نفس النقطة. That's the meaning of line of symmetry. When you fold them on each other, they're going to be the same. So this is one, تمام. لما تطبقه, when you fold it, it's going to be the same. And this is two, when you fold it, it's going to be the same. So how many lines of symmetry? The only two. Yes, two. That's the idea. Good. So lines of symmetry are lines that you can fold the shape on them. Okay. How come there's more? Okay. Now, if you fold the shape like this, you mean like this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me make a line. You mean like this? No, so this one is not considered line of symmetry. Lines of symmetry can be like this or like this only. Because folding happens right, left, up, and down. Okay. That's the idea of lines of symmetry. Okay. Now, let's move on to the other question. Which pair of angles are equal because they are corresponding angles? Only corresponding angles. So you studied this in year 7. Corresponding angles. Where are they? Okay. First, we have to understand the corresponding angles make the letter what? They make the letter F مع بعضهم. تمام. So let's check A and E. أول حاجة A and E. نشوفوا A and E دي عند F مع بعضهم ولا لا؟ Let's check. هذه E وهذه A. Yes, they make F together. لأن هذه A وهذه E. So they make the letter F. معناها the answer is A and E. Good. Let's check the other ones. B and G. عندي هذه B وهذه G. They're not corresponding. تمام. They're not corresponding. And the other one is C and F. C and F. They don't make the letter F. So it's not corresponding. D and A. They're not corresponding. هذه D و A. They're not corresponding. D and A are opposite to each other. تمام. C and F. C and F, they are alternate. نعرفها
Yes,
دايماً.
sir. A and E.
Yes, only A and E are corresponding. B and G, and G and B, they're not corresponding, they're not alternate. They are equal to each other though. Then C and F are alternate, and C and B are opposite, F and G are opposite. Like A and E is the answer here because they are corresponding. That's the idea of corresponding, okay? The corresponding الوحيدات in A and E. How do you know they're corresponding? They make the letter F together. That's the idea, okay? Now let's move on to the next question. Okay. This. Question 4, which word describes the shaded part? What is the shaded part? That's the question. What is this shaded part? تمام. We have arc. Is it arc? The arc is like this, or arc. الارك هو جزء من circumference. That's the arc, okay? And the other one, a radius. A radius is a line from the center to the circumference. So it's not radius. It's not arc. تمام. And then next we have a sector. We have a sector and a segment. We have a sector and a segment. Now a segment is like this. Our segment. Let me show you. Our segment. A segment is a part of the circle that doesn't touch the center of the segment. The segment is like this. تمام. So a segment is a part of the circle that doesn't touch the center. The answer is what? It's a sector. Yes, it's a sector. The sector who a part of the circle like this from the circumference to the center. هذا هو sector. تمام. That's it for question 4. هنعدل بعدها. 5. What is the highest common factor of 60 and 90? The highest common factor of 60 and 90. So to find the highest common factor, we have to do what? Very good. We have to find the factors. We have to find the factors. Okay. Yes, let's do this. Okay, we have to find the factors. So to find the factors, let's work on 60 مثلا. First, we write the factors of 60. And go to 60 here, 1 times 60. 2 times 30. 3 times 10. Vamos, that's 60. Bam. 4 times 15.
Yes, sir.
5. Yes, 5 doesn't work. I'm sorry, not
3 times 10 to
3
30.
times 20. I'm sorry, yes, 20. Huh? 3 times 20. 5 doesn't work. 5 works. 5 times 12, huh? And then 6 times 10. Yes. So these are the factors of what? Of 60. بعدين عندي factors of 60. So نكتب factors of 90, same idea. I'm going to work from here. So 90 is 1 times 90. 2 times 45. 3 times 30. 4 times, does it work? 4. 5 does it work? 5. Use a calculator and divide. So 90 divided 4. Does it work? 90 divided 5. It's 18. So 5 times 18. And then 6. 90 divided 6 equals 15. So 6 times 15. 60 divided. So 15, yes. And then 6 times 15. What else? 90 divide 7. Doesn't work. Divide 8. Doesn't work. Divide 9 is 10. So it's 9 times 10. 9 times 10. خلاص. لك عندي factors of 90 و factors of 60 صح؟ تو بنشوف which one is the highest common factor which is in the answers. تمام? Which is in the answers. So I'm sorry, question 5, yes. Here I have which one is the highest هو شنو؟ أيوة 30 هنا و 30 هنا. So the highest common factor between them is 30. That's the idea of this question. يبقى أول حاجة نطلع الفاكتورز بتاعت 60 نطلع الفاكتورز بتاعت 90 ونشوف which one is the highest between them and I put it in the answer. تمام. Let's move on to the next question. Question 6. What is this number written to 3 significant figures? 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures means what? It means you count 3 numbers. You count 3 numbers, but you don't start with the zeros. تبداش بالzeros. يعني لما تبدأ تعد you count them like this. Let me zoom. Okay. So you say 1 2 3 وبعدين تحت في الرابع. الرابع اللي هو 7 it's big so you add 1 to the 4. هيجي شنو هذه؟ هتقعد 895 وتكتب الزيروز 0.00895 and this is the answer of this question. So question 6, the correct answer is the first one. And we talked about it. 3 significant figures. You start counting, but not with the zeros. You count the zeros if they are in the middle only. Like in the beginning, you don't count them. And then you say 1, 2, 3, and you look at number 4. 7 is big. You add 1 to the 4, it becomes 5. So it's going to be 0.00895. And this is how you answer question 6. Let's move on to question 7. Okay, question 7. The value of A can be calculated using this formula, or the formula. When A equals 880 and C equals 140, what is the value of B? That's the question. So find the value of B when A equals 880 and C equals 140. Now let's take a look. We're going to substitute. هناخد value of A, put it instead of this A. And then value of C, put it instead of this C. And then work out the formula. تمام. خلاص هنا A equals 880. نكتبها. 880 equals هيكون عندي هنا 4B نكتبها كما هي. And then minus C اللي هي فوق 140. تمام. And now we continue. What do we do? هناخد what? 140 هذه في الماينس. نشيلها للجهة الأخرى. Take it to the other side by addition. So it's going to be 880 plus 140 equals 4B. تمام. Next step هتجد كم هذه؟ 880 plus 140. It's going to be, of course, I'm going to use the calculator. So 880 plus 140 هتجد 1020. 1020. تمام. Equals what? Equals 4B. Now what do I do? هناخد ال 4 هناخد ال 4 to the other side by division. لأن هي multiplied هناخدها by division هنا. هنجد 120 divide 4 equals B. معناها هنقول له B equals, let me write it here. B equals 1020 divide 4. تمام. 1020 divide 4. كم حتقعد? And the answer will be, I'll do it with the calculator. Divide 4. هتقعد 255. So 255. And this is how you answer a question like this. You have to focus on the steps. يبقى قدامنا substitution. خدينا هذه حطيناها مكان ال A. وخدينا ال 140 حطيناها مكان ال C. واشتغلنا عادي. شلنا هذه الجهة الأخرى positive. We add them together, it will be 1020. And then we divide on 4. We got 255. And this is how you answer a question like this. So how do I solve the lowest common factor? Okay, to find the lowest common factor, you have to use Venn diagram. Venn diagram تجيب أول حاجة you have to find the prime factor decomposition and then use the Venn diagram لأن two circles اللي خاشات بعضهم. شوف what's common, put them in the middle, and then put the others, and the lowest common factor, it means you multiply all of them together. Okay. خلاص. If I have a question like this, I'll explain it to you more. Okay. let's move on. So this is the answer for question 7. Let's move on to the next one. Question 8. Question 8, the ratio, that's 2021, October. The ratio of adults to children at a hotel is 5 to 3. Now, هذه adults to children. So the ratio of adults to children at a hotel 5 to 3. معناها هذول adults, right, 8 to 8 to children, yes. خلاص عرفنا ان هذا الريشيو of adults to children. تمام. There are 120 children at the hotel. الهوتيل فيه 120 children. How many adults are there at the hotel? خلاص قال لي ان children اصلا 120 والريشيو بتاعي 5 to 3. معناها how do I do it? First thing I'm gonna add the ratios together. هيجد كم؟ add the ratios هيجد 8. تمام؟ هيجد 8. خلاص الريشيوز الفول ريشيو هو 8. باهي. How can I find the children or the how can I find them? خلاص نقول له شنو 120 هذيما شنو هذيما there are 120 children at the hotel. تمام. يبقى children 120 نقدر نكتبها هيك adults. wait adults oh do it like this. هنا adults do it like this bigger وهنا children. تمام. يبقى الادولتس كام قال لي 5. هذا الريشيو طبعا وهذه ريشيو اوكي هذه children I don't know لا 3 او 7 هذه 3. خلاص كم الchildren قال لي 120. الادولتس مانيش عارف. الادولتس ندير عليها question mark هنا ندير اوكي ريشيو then 120. باهي تمام. let me make space here. خلاص انا عارف ان الchildren والادولتس الريشيو بتاعهم قاعد وهذا number of children. معناها شنو حندير؟ حناخذ number of children I divide it by the one on top of it. يعني حنقول له divide this on this. تمام؟ وبعدين multiply it by this. So divide by 3 or I do the cross multiplying. Same idea. Multiply and then divide. Well, divide by this and then multiply by this. Same idea. Or you can use the X method in which you put them in boxes like this. أنا عندي هذه هيك. Same idea that we do before. And the X method. تمام. And then put an X in front of them. Okay. نضرب ال 120 في الخمسة. So multiply 120 by 5. And then divide it by 3. هتطلع الانسر 200. So number of adults is 200. That's how you answer a question like this. We use the X method to answer this question, and the answer will be 200 adults. Okay, and that's the answer for question 8. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 9. Question 9, what is the value of this? So this one, we have mixed numbers, and they are multiplied. Mixed numbers, and they are multiplied by each other. Now we're going to work them out. First, we're going to turn them into proper fractions, and then we're going to work them out. Okay. أول حاجة نحولهم proper fractions. Let's do them together. نحن قلنا ال proper fraction حيكون فيه شنو؟ حيكون فيه رقم على رقم. Okay, let's do them here. Okay, حيكون. وبعدين مضروب في رقم على رقم اللي هو proper fraction الثاني. تعال نحولون وحدة وحدة. هذا multiply. تمام. هنا 2 و3 على 4. أول حاجة denominator is going to be the same. هيقول كيف ما هو. كم الدينومينيتور؟ هيكون 4. 4 same idea. هنا حنحط 3 for this denominator. تمام. وهنا نديروا multiply sign وبعدين add sign. هتجد هنا multiply sign وبعدين add sign. فحنضربه 4 times 2 كم تطلع؟ هتطلع 8. 8 plus 3 هتطلع 11. So 11 over 4 هذه أول وحدة تمام. Same idea with the second mixed number. هذه 11 over 4. Same idea with this mixed number. هيجد كم؟ هيجد هنا multiply sign وهنا add sign ونحط denominator كيف ما هو. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 6 5 I'm sorry. هتجد 5 over 3 وهذا الفراكشن الثاني. Now I can multiply them by each other. 11 times 5 هتجد كم؟ equals yes هتجد 55 تمام. ولوط 4 في 3 ب 12 so 55 divide 12. If I use the calculator it will give me the same answer directly. خلاص 55 divide 12 تمام وهتجد 55 divide 12. Now this is the answer as an improper fraction. If I do this in the calculator it will give me the answer 55 divide 12 تمام. It will give me the same answer. Bam. Now how to turn this into a mixed number? I'm showing you this so I can can have an idea of working this out if it's not an MCQ question. Okay, مش MCQ كيف تشتغل سؤال زي هذا. First thing, I'm gonna take the same denominator, put it here, so it's gonna be 12. تونا بنحولها إلى improper إلى mixed number بس. And then 55 divide 12 كم يطلع؟ So 55 divide 12 بالcalculator. شوفوا بالديسيمال يطلع 4.5. نكتب ال 4 هنا وبعدين ندير multiply sign هنا between 12 and 4. لما نضرب ال 12 في ال 4 كم يطلع؟ يطلع 48. خلاص ناخذ ال 48 I subtract it from 55. So هنقول له this one 55 minus 48 55 minus 48 هيطلع معي الانسر 7 and then I'm gonna put it right here. So 7 over here. And this is how I answer a question like this. يبقى أول حاجة نحولون إلى improper fractions. If you put the whole thing in the calculator, it will give you the answer. Then MCQ question. لكن if it's not an MCQ question, I explained how to find the values of each one of them. تمام؟ خلاص, this is how you answer it. You make it improper fraction. You multiply, you get improper fraction. You turn it back into a mixed number, and you get yourself an answer for the question. So it's 4 and 7 over 12 is the answer of this question. Now, this is question 9. Let's move on to the next question. Question 10. Question 10. What is the value of this? Now, this one you can put it as it is in the calculator. تمام وتشتغلها واحدة واحدة بالcalculator. Or you can do some steps. Steps تديرن أمتى لما يقعد مش MCQ question. لكن if it's like an MCQ question, you can do it with the calculator. خلاص, if you do it with the calculator, maybe it's easier. لما تقول له 4 power of 3 هتجد 64 معناها هنا 64. I'll do you some steps here so you can understand. هذه 25 times 41 so plus 25 times 41 هتجد فيها 25 times 41 هتجد 1025 the minus 64 under the root هتكون square root of 64 هتجد 8 وبعدين 8 هذه divide 4 هتطلع 2 تمام. And then you work these out together هيجد عندك 64 plus 1025 minus 2 هيطلع 1087 and this is the answer for this question. You can put all of this in the calculator, it will give you the same answer, and this is how you answer a question like this. Let's move on to the next question. Question 11. Use the scatter graph to predict the temperature of a drink. Okay. Of a drink that has been made for 20 minutes. So we're going to use the scatter graph here in question 11 to predict the temperature of a drink that has been made for 20 minutes. Let's see the scatter graph. We have points all over the place. Minutes since drink was made, and then this is the temperature. Bah. we need 20 minutes. So how do we do this? Okay. Question 11. Okay. Yes. So first thing we do, first thing we do is what? We make a line of best fit, a line of best fit. ما تشتغلش على البوينتس اللي قاعدات هذينا. No, you need a line of best fit to answer this question. Yani in question 11, if you want to use the points here, some students will say, okay, I'll go to 20 minutes. I'll go up until the point stops me. I'll go back here. So the answer is 60. That's wrong. You have to put a line of best fit, and it will tell you the answer. The line of best fit will be right here, مثلا. Something like here. Or like this. تقريبا like this, yes. Now, why do we do line of best fit? لأن هذينا, they are anomalies. They are not normal values. هذينا normal values بيطلع معنا انها قريبة. لكن these ones are extremities. They are extreme values. They're not normal. يطلع معي لما يكون في مثلا خطأ في experiment or something like this. Now I'm going to use the line of best fit to answer the question. So now I'm going to find the temperature, which is 20. I'll go up to the line and then go back to the temperature. So the answer will be what? Will be 40. So this is how you answer this question. So the answer is 40. Yes, the answer is 40. So I go to 20 minutes, go up to the line or best fit, and then go back to the temperature, and the answer will be 40. I'll put the answer here. Okay. This is the answer of this question. Question 11. Yes. That's the idea. Now, let me see. This is my 11. From one. Yes, but not that different. Let me tell you, best fit line, it's not that different. I'll tell you why. لأن هنا عندك 15, 30, 40, 60. Okay. Let me show you lines of best fit. Okay. That can be different from students. Line of best fit must be holding all the points. يعني يما يكون هنا يما يكون هيك شوية مش حيكون عالي واجد. أعلى student حيديرها هيك. The highest student حيديرها كم؟ هيك. تعال نوريكم the highest student حيديرها فوق النقاط هذينا. هو مع انه ضروري يكون في نقاط فوقه وتحته تمام بالديتا. I'll tell you a fact about lines of best fit. ما تستخدمش هذينا، ما تعدلش على هذينا، فاهم؟ هذه وهذينا ما تعدلش عليها. المفروض انه يقعد اللاين اوف بيست فيت فوق نقاطي وتحت نقاطي، تو هذا ما فوقه شيء من نقاط الطبيعيات. That's wrong. It has to be in the middle between the points هذينا. تمام؟ Yes, of course, yeah. Yes, I will. If I have time, I will. Yes, yes. Okay. Now this line should be exactly here. You get 3 points فوق or 3 points تحت. Like something like here or here. Yes. في تحت or في فوق. That's the idea. That's the idea of line best fit. Okay. And then you use it to answer the question. You go up and then you go here. It's 40, 41. معنى الأnswer is 40. That's it for this question. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Question 12. In question 12, a box contains 4 counters. One is blue, one is green, one is red, and one is yellow. Another box contains 3 counters. One is blue, one is green, and one is red. A student takes 1 counter from each box at random. What's the probability that the counter or the student takes 2 red counters? طبعا هذين اثنين they are separate boxes. تمام؟ معناها حياخذ واحد من غادي وواحد من هن. تمام؟ معناها أول حاجة هياخذ one blue box from there. Okay, one blue box from there. هيجي تكمل probability بتاعها 2 red. I'm sorry. 2 red. عندي 4 counters 1 red. معناها هنا probability حتكون 1 over 4. هذه probability of taking red from there. يبقى هذه probability of taking شنو red from here. فاهم؟ وهنا a box contains 3 counters. 1 blue, 1 green, and 1 red. Same idea, a student takes 1 counter from each box at random. هنا شنو الرد؟ هتكون 1 over what? Very good, 1 over 3. 1 over 3. 1 over 3. تمام؟ تمام. Now these probabilities هذه probability بتاع البوكس الأول وهي probability بتاع البوكس الثاني. هو قال لي شنو probability of taking two red counters. خلاص ناخذ الرد الاولى والرد الثاني ونضربهم في بعضهم. ناخذهم نضربهم في بعضهم. So I'll multiply 1 over 4 by 1 over 3. It's going to be what? It's going to be 1 over 12. And this is how you answer a question like this. So you have to take the two probabilities and multiply them by each other. Tamam? That's the idea of this question. Yes. Let's move on to the next one. With probability you have to focus إن عندك هنا 4 counters وهنا 3 counters. معناها هنا 1 over 4 and this one is 1 over 3. You take them and multiply them by each other. And count it from each box at random. Two counters. خلاص, you multiply them by each other and then you get the answer. That's it. Now let's move on to the next question. Do we have time for that? Let's check. 4 minutes. Okay, let's do factorizing. Factorizing here, we factorize. Factorizing means use double brackets. Double brackets معناها هنا x squared minus 7 plus 6 معناها عندي double brackets واحد في x بعدين because this is plus معناها واحد because this is plus معناها they are the same معناها they have the same signs تمام معناها they have the same signs and the sign is what? The sign is next to this number, so both of them would be negative. معناها two numbers when we multiply them we get 6 and when we add them we get 7. What are they? Two numbers. When we multiply them, we get 6. And when we add them, we get 7. معناها 1 and 6. معناها 1. Okay. بعدين x. Minus. بعدين 6. بعدين close the bracket. خلاص هيجي ده minus minus. ليش minus minus؟ لأن the last one is positive. Positive means addition. When do you add? When you have the same signs. And the answer of the addition will be negative 7. When you add negative 1 and negative 6 is going to be negative 7. And this is the answer for this question. So x minus 1, x minus 6. This is the answer for question 13. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay, find the solution for the this problem. Okay, first thing you do, you take this to the other side, اللي هي minus 34. You take it to the other side. It's going to be plus 34. هنا اكتبها plus 34. And then you add them together. So plus 34. When you add them together, 290 plus 34, you get what? 324. So 324. خلاص, x squared equals to 324. You put it under what? Very good. You put it under the square root by the x squared. معناها you put it under the square root to get the answer. So square root of 324. It's going to be what? It's going to be, for question 14, it's going to be 18. Very good. Yes, it's going to be 18. So again, we take the 34 to the other side. It's going to be plus. لما تجمعهم يقدر 324. فحسب بتحول السكوير معناها تحطها تحت السكوير root like this. 324 over under the square root. You have the square root of 324. It's going to be 18. And this is the answer for question 14. Now, we still have 1 minute. I'm going to close the video and then go back again.